All right, history buffs, get ready to have your minds blown, because today we're going deep on a discovery that's completely turning our ideas about samurai upside down.
It's really shaking things up.
We're talking about women warriors in feudal Japan.
A topic most people probably don't know much about.
Exactly, and there's some really wild DNA evidence that's rewriting the history books. So,
Yeah, buckle up.
to kick things off, why don't you give us the rundown? What's got everyone so riled up in the history world right now?
Well, you see, for centuries, we've had this image of the samurai as, a solely male warrior class.
Right, the lone warrior with the katana.
Exactly. And while that image is partially true, it's not the whole picture.
Okay, so what's the missing piece of the puzzle here?
Women. And we're not talking about just a few here and there.
Ooh, this is getting good.
Hold on to your hats because researchers at Kyoto University have been analyzing skeletal remains, from battlefields.
Oh, wow. So this is real deal stuff, not just, stories passed down.
Oh, yeah, hard evidence. And get this, they focused on the Battle of Senbon Matsubaru, a pretty major clash in Japanese history.
Okay, setting the scene.
Right, and out of the 105 skeletons they studied, 35 of them were biologically female.
Wait, hold up. 35 out of 105?
You heard that right? Over a third.
That's insane. So we're not talking about a few isolated cases here. It sounds like women were a major force on the battlefield.
It's a total game changer.
Okay, but how can they tell, the sex of a skeleton just from the bones?
That's the magic of DNA analysis. They can look at specific genetic markers in the DNA extracted from the bones, and boom, they can tell if it's male or female.
So this isn't just based on, the size of the bones or what objects they found buried with them?
No, this is cold, hard scientific fact.
Wow, so this pretty much confirms the existence of those legendary female samurai, the onna-bugeisha, right?
You got it. These women were mentioned, in some historical texts,
I've heard whispers.
but their roles were often downplayed or seen as more like mythical figures.
Like almost like folklore.
Yeah, but this discovery brings them front and center, showing they weren't just rare exceptions, but a potentially huge part of samurai society.
That's wild. So if women were fighting alongside men in such significant numbers, why do you think they were so often left out of the history books?
Well, it's hard to say for sure, but you have to consider the context,
It was a different time.
Back then, most of the people writing history were men. And let's be real, they probably had a bias towards highlighting male achievements.
You think it was a conscious decision to erase them from history, or just a matter of perspective?
It could be a bit of both. Maybe they didn't see women's contributions as being as important, or maybe they just didn't think to record them in detail.
It really makes you think about all the other stories that might be hidden, just waiting to be discovered.
Oh, absolutely. There are accounts of famous onna-bugeisha like Tomoe Gozen.
Oh yeah, the legendary archer.
Exactly. She was known for her skills and bravery in battle, but now we have to wonder how many other incredible women warriors were out there fighting alongside her.
Whose stories we just never heard.
It's mind-blowing to think about.
This discovery with the DNA analysis is kind of like having a new lens to examine the past. It makes you realize how much we might have missed before.
For sure. It challenges us to question everything we thought we knew.
And it opens up so many new avenues of research. It's like we're finally getting the full story.
And think about this, so much of what we know about history comes from, written records.
Which can be unreliable.
Exactly. They can be complete biased or even, deliberately distorted.
To fit a certain narrative.
Right. But DNA evidence doesn't lie. It's objective. It can either prove or disprove what we thought we knew.
And maybe even uncover whole news stories that we never imagined.
Absolutely.
So it's not just about, adding women to the samurai story. It's about understanding the complexity of history and how much we still have to learn.
You hit the nail on the head. This isn't just a footnote. It's a fundamental shift in how we view the samurai and Japanese history as a whole.
So in a way, history is becoming more like an ongoing investigation than a closed book.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's a living, breathing field. And this discovery about female samurai proves that we can't just accept the traditional narratives at face value.
We need to keep digging,
Yeah.
keep questioning, and be open to the possibility that there's always more to discover.
And that's the beauty of it. There's always something new to learn about the past.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling inspired to go do some more digging of my own.
Me too. And to our listeners out there, if this deep dive has sparked your curiosity, don't let it end here. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and who knows, maybe you'll be the one to uncover the next big historical revelation.
That's all the time we have for today's deep dive, but stick around for more episodes where we'll continue to explore the hidden corners of history.
and challenge everything you thought you knew.
Thanks for joining us.
Until next time.